Sorry. As you can see, there's some evergreens through there. A lot of willows, but there is a lot of bedding. I don't know, there's probably between 6 to 8 deer that bed back in here along this little trail that we mowed out. There's some evergreens through the woods there. So, and then so in this the little food plot right behind the guy's house that I have planted, more or less a screen. That's why the corn's there. I got some turnips back there. They got, assuming they're mowed down now, but I will take you through here. As far as I'll walk this little trail that connects the edge of the woods back through kind of my food plot that I have in the middle of this 40 acre chunk that I had. And then so here, as you can tell, this is that creek that runs through the property. There's water and it doesn't flow. It's more or less just a I don't know, but as you can see, it's growing up pretty heavily. Turn around and you can't even really tell there's even a creek in here, but pretty overgrown. So as I continue west here, you can see into the woods fairly well. Looks like a little scrape there along the edge. Oh, maybe not. That's probably an old scrape, I guess. But here's a trail that the deer do use. I'm going to come around and I'm going to walk that trail, but I'm going to follow the road here first, and then I'll do a walk around so you can see where that trail comes out. Wet back in there, you can see the slough grass. It's a little cut back in here. I was gonna plant a little food plot here, but kind of got a lot of food plots. Don't need more. But back in here there is, I'm assuming there's quite a few deer that are bedding back in here. I've actually never stepped 1 foot in this side of my property, just because I know there are deer bedding in there. So right here's another trail comes through here. As you can see, kind of cuts back, and that goes back into some bedding area. You can see kind of through the trees there, there's that's my south field that I'll talk about. So that is call that the tower stand, and that's my there's a food plot back in there, and that's the one whole food plot's surrounded by woods and willows, so pretty protective in there, secluded. and I will shoot off to the south side here, southwest. Little finger off the trail, and quite a few deer actually walk through this. As you can tell, there's a trail. There's a trail up here that's, I think, the main hub that they're using. Right here. And that goes back, and we're just to the east of there's a big slough to the west side of this property. So we will call this spot number 5. So as you look, this is a food plot. This out here, this open area, that's my property. That we're planting about 9,000 trees out there this spring, and as you can tell, there's this little different colored grass there. It's a wetland right there, so I can't do much there. But I got corn here. It's just screen that I was using. You can see it's broke down pretty well. And then I got a permit stand for rifle that is here. And then this is about a 4-acre food plot with the corn. You can see the difference. The stuff on the left, I planted oats here. Like I said, a lot of my stuff was annuals, just because of the I don't have any clover out here actually, outside of just the natural stuff that comes up. But I got this side is oats, the lighter color stuff, and I split this food plot in half. The darker stuff is the winter rye, and good representation, separation between the two. But that food plot runs all the way down to the other end. So just off to the far end and to the right, there's a little I wouldn't say a gap, but there's a little trail that runs into another little opening, and this whole section here, it's all willows. That's like a big triangle piece on the southwest corner of my property, and all it is, it's really wet in there, so not much, and it's just willows, which is great. Deer like it, but doesn't do a whole lot of good for myself in trying to ambush deer. So from the south field, this there is a spot right up here. I'm just going to take a quick video here of, you can kind of see how wet it really gets back here. This is more or less just a big slough that runs on the west side of my property, and just to the left of this, we call this the finger, and it's a pretty narrow chunk of land. You can see the popple trees on the left hand side, probably 40, maybe 50 yards wide, and in spots it's probably only 15 yards wide. But the bucks do run that. I mean, obviously does do too, but the bucks sure like it in there. They'll run this corridor, that finger, and they'll pop out right here on this corner, and then they'll run the hedge of these willows when they're traveling or looking for a doe. But I'm going to, so this is spot 5 I'm just finishing up. Next spot will be the finger, and I'm going to walk through this finger here. So you can see the trail here. So the trail that shoots off to the right here, I'm going to stay on this left. Depending on what type of water year, this is probably got 2 feet, 3 feet of water in here, in this slough. So I'm going to follow the dry side, drier side, I should say. So pretty hard to get back in here. You're actually going to try to hunt. I'm actually walking on my neighbor's property right now. Just a little, 15 yards. There's my stand is sitting on the property line on the south side. So now I'm back on my property. As you can see, it's wet there. Old deer stand before my time. Until it's, not very wide right here, about 10 yards maybe. Get a look how so it looks like. Okay, so that's really the gnarly portion of it. As you can see, it's a lot of willows, a lot of cover. That's essentially why they like it. See over here, it's willows. Right there, this is all just on the other side of these willows, nothing but slough. Here's a little opening, still a transition point, but also, slough. But look at these trails that are being run. They're running full finger. It's froze now, so those slough pretty easy to run through. I mean, you would never ever try to walk this trail to get into your hunting spots. Here it's, the reality of it is, I know the bucks run here, but I've been looking, I don't see a whole lot of scrapes in this area. So, hope you're not getting dizzy watching this. And you can tell there's a trail here and a trail there. I'll just take one of them, I guess. The deeper we walk on this trail, the further we walk on it, the wider the finger gets in the middle. This is kind of coming up where I got to stand. I come in from a different location. I'll walk that out. So here we got willows on the edge of the slough, and then look at the scrape on that one. Nice scrape. There's my camera. Really, cameras are sweet when it comes to trying to not having to go into an area until you see enough activity. So, you know, if you're looking at a micro food plot, I got my ladder stand up there, one of the more mature trees in this little area. And here's the trail. So we cleaned out in here a little bit, knocked down some willows so we could actually take a shot with the bow. Still a lot of heavy cover in here. So that stand pretty much faces north. Just through the edge here is the slough grass. And if I spin 360, the sun's on the west side here. Probably 20-30 yards till I get the edge of the slough there. So about 40-50 yards in here wide. So I set the placement of this stand to about a 30-yard shot. A trail that runs right through here, and it also picks up the trail with that heavier scrape in here, runs through this edge. I'm going to continue to walk this trail, and then I'll double back and show you how you get into this place. But I think I'm missing a pretty good opportunity in here for whatever reason. I don't know if I just create bedding in here. I mean, this is one area that we really need to do a better job of. You know, the bucks are in here. The trail ended in some slough, so looks like they're walking the edge of the slough grass. Couple different trails. Looks like here on the edge. So there's west, sun's west. If I look straight ahead, you see the taller pines or taller popples. That is the edge of my property. This trail winds off back into the woods, and then it also follows the edge here. I'll go back into this little finger portion. Deer shit all over the place in here. So this area in here, you know, nothing real mature for trees. A few of them, but I think we just got to turn something into a steady point of bedding. And I know that deer would love this. Looks like a scrape there. That's a little scrape. Oh, I think you get the picture, I guess. I don't have to walk this whole finger. Essentially, it's the same thing. Property comes out on the be the west side of this finger, kind of comes out at the northwest portion, west to northwest portion of my property. So I'm actually gonna walk kind of back to where we were, take a different route. I'm gonna stop the video and go back to the deer stand where I had that ladder stand. Looks like a heavy trail here. Looked like some scrapes in the past.